All right. What happened? Why did it happen? And how is all this going to play in a courtroom? Let's bring back in the think tank. Byron Brown, start with you. What do you think really happened here?
I think what happened is exactly what we heard. Some lawyers may think Miss Turner's innocent, right? She's not innocent, man. This is the sort of stuff that annoys me about lawyers, where they get all tied up in the procedure of things. This is very cut and dry, in my opinion. This young lady was using this older gentleman for money. Her boyfriend probably got upset about the arrangement on some level. Who knows if it was physical or not? And it all broke out, and a witness saw it. So I think it's one of those things where Turner's boyfriend, Lennison, I believe is his name, got jealous, got upset. Maybe Dr. Burchard didn't give the money that they were hoping he would give, and it turned out into a violent affair that was witnessed by a roommate. So it seems, again, in my opinion, fairly cut and dry. And
the one strange fact in this whole thing, I feel really bad for, is the doctor's longtime girlfriend of 17 years, Judy, who knew something wrong was going to happen here, knew it was a bad idea. But then on the flip side is his girlfriend, yet knows all about the 25-year-old Playboy model out in Vegas. Kind of a strange dynamic. How does that play in a courtroom?
Well, I mean, no girlfriend's okay with that their boyfriend is with a Playboy model. I mean, first of all, or is a sugar daddy. So I was just thinking Sigmund Freud's last words, or I think some of his close to last words were, what I really don't understand is what do women want? What does a woman want? You know, famous psychiatrist. I mean, here you've got this smart psychiatrist, good life, money. He's obviously paying a lot of attention and paying otherwise, but it gets convoluted and complicated. And in some ways, I think that a good defense attorney could make him out in some ways to be an opportunist that kind of was had in the end. And it's kind of too complicated in terms of, was it a money motive? Was it a jealousy motive? You know, was it just mayhem? What was it? But you know, it is what it is. It's very tragic. It's very sad. And they've got a child involved now and somebody, you know, that took advantage of him. And I don't know if the boyfriend and she did this together. I mean, that's the part that's not quite clear to me. And when jurors, as we know, Vinny, when they're confused, when things are too complicated, they can often acquit.
Joseph Lowe, I'm handing you the job now of telling me why there is a reasonable doubt, potentially, for Kelsey Turner, the Playboy / Maxim model.
So I do cases in Vegas, and I will tell you that in Vegas they have a term for this. It's called a trick roll. You will get a gal who's attractive, and she will lure a gentleman either back to his room or some other place, and then it goes bad from there. They either drug him or they beat him up. Apparently, this is kind of what's going on. However, why do I believe we've got some problems here? Number one, the only thing they really have that we know of that is linking her to this murder is the roommate who cuts a rat deal. That's right, a cheese-eating rat deal. And I disagree with the gentleman who talked first, because the devil's in the details. I mean, almost 200 people have been proven to have been wrongfully convicted of a death penalty-like case or spent time on death row because of poor investigations or malicious prosecution or government intervention. So the details matter, and they matter a lot. And in this particular case, a good defense lawyer is going to say, you sat down there with the prosecutors and they said this to you. Unless you got something to trade, you're in trouble. You're going to have to get a bad lawyer if you can't afford a good one. And as a result, you're going to go to jail. And they put the fear of God into her. And guess what she's got to come up with? Well, what kind of stuff would I need? Well, you have to do is give us anything that links this gal here, this Playboy bunny, this crime, and we'll be your friend. And that's exactly how it goes. So without more information, just like I heard Diane say, there's some holes in this case. And as we know, holes mean you cannot guess somebody into a criminal conviction unless you're a constitutional terrorist of some type.
Byron, I'll give you the final word if you want to respond, because he called you out a little bit.
Yeah, I guess he wants to call me out. Fair enough. This is exactly why lawyers annoy me, and I'm known as the anti-lawyer lawyer, because everybody sees something, and then it's like, oh, we do all these holes. They make it so muddy, the water's so murky and muddy, that the hope is no one knows what's what. When you try a case like this, you make it as simple as possible so the jury can follow. And that'd be probably the thing. It's a trick turn or whatever he used. That'd be my opening statement if I was the prosecutor. She's there in the house. The roommate witnessed it, obviously the boyfriend, but she's there. She's an accessory. We'll see how it plays out and who's right at the end of the day. If I'm wrong, I'll gladly take Joseph for a steak dinner.
There you go. And go to Binion's if you're going to go to Vegas. Go to Binion's. All right, we are tracking this case. Let's take a look at when it's got a calendar call, July 8th, 2021, and it looks like a trial date of July 12th, 2021. So that steak dinner probably around the first week of August, folks, if in fact it happens. When we come back, time for the 13th juror to weigh in. Posted a video today of some wild bikers on the road in Houston taunting police. Why were they doing it? We've got your verdict next.